And we're back in the attic.
I love the pause.
Do you?
Not really.
Why not? You got a problem with the pause?
Yeah, I don't like dead air. I'm sorry.
It's like 1 second maybe.
Yeah. No.
One and a
fine.
half.
Yeah, you should just keep pushing it another second.
They go
each
a second
episode.
every episode.
Yeah.
By a year from now, it'll be like a minute.
Yeah.
Because it'd be 52 seconds.
I love it.
I just did that. Oh, that's Phil, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm here today.
We don't have a Dan cast this week, which is good. Did you guys have a good week, Danny?
Yeah, I watched Smallville. You want to hear about that?
Smallville, something new. Phil?
Yeah.
I had a good week. I had a pretty good week. Can't
Really?
complain. Yeah.
Wow, I had a crazy week this week.
Why? What happened in your week?
I had Brad's bachelorette party this week.
Ooh.
Yeah. Wait, the weekend that just happened. The week that just happened.
It was Wednesday. We did it.
How was that?
Not great. It
What?
was a bad Thursday. I can tell you that much.
So
Yeah, why'd
it
you
sounds
guys do
like
it
a good
midweek?
Wednesday then, right?
It was
Isn't that
okay.
what they say?
If I don't know, you want to get into it for just for 1 sec?
Yeah. Can you talk about this?
Yeah. He said he didn't care.
Okay.
And he doesn't listen, so he wouldn't know if he did or not. So we really didn't have a good planned out of what was going to go down. So we ended up drinking pretty damn early.
So how many people was this?
It's like 6. That's it.
All right.
So it was almost everyone from my other job. And not that this qualifies as a job, but it does, kind of.
The Stop and Shop job?
No.
Oh,
here.
Oh, you're counting the podcast as a job? It feels like a job.
Yeah, sometimes it does. No, so we started drinking at like 4:30. Hit it pretty hard. A couple guys at work, we drank at this bar in Norwood for an hour and a half, and one of them had 7 drinks in an hour and a half.
Wow.
That guy's a winner. I like
Yeah,
him.
he had 5. He had 5.
He's got tiger blood.
He had 5 Bloody Marys and 2 other ones. We all did a shot.
What's in a Bloody Mary?
I think it's vodka.
Vodka, tomato juice, and Tabasco sauce.
Yeah.
That sounds like puke.
It's actually pretty good.
It's the greatest hangover
Yeah.
drink ever.
I had one. It's not bad,
Weird.
actually.
People are weird.
And because I don't really care for tomato juice, so I was like,
No, me either.
so I was like, let me try a sip of it. But it kind of tastes like more like pizza sauce
Yeah.
than tomato juice.
That's a good way to explain it.
Imagine drinking pizza sauce.
I am, and I don't like
and
it.
it gets you fucked up. So we did that. So then somehow we ended up going into Chinatown. And so Brad was pretty adamant about not wanting to go to a strip club. So we ended up going.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah,
now?
he was like really adamant about not going that. Chinatown, though, had the best Chinese food in my life. I drank a whole bottle of sake myself. That shit is rough.
Wow. Who was driving during this?
One and someone else. We're actually driving in a bus.
Oh.
We took a minibus in
Yes.
there, so someone else drove.
Was it one of your school buses you guys have?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
sweet.
yeah, we had cigars on the way in and beers, so it was pretty cool. Into Chinatown. So we were so he did not want to go to a strip club, so we ended up going to Jacques. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
No.
No.
It's a cross-dressing club.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh. So what? Like cross dressers go there to just?
Yeah, they go on stage and like sing and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So wait, you guys were riding in a bus to cross-dresser things?
No, I didn't know this was the plan because we got to Chinatown and I drank the bottle of sake, so I was pretty much down for anything at that point.
Did someone say, "Hey, you want to go to this cross-dressing place?"
Well, no, they just said Jacques. You guys want to go to Jacques? And I'm like, yeah, let's go. Brad really did not want to go, so we got there and they're like, oh.
You just see a hermaphrodite with her boobs.
I don't think they're not hermaphrodites. They're all
just cross-dressers.
just cross-dressers.
Oh, all right.
And so
I'm confusing my
yeah,
LBGT.
I know. So Brad actually ended up getting dragged on stage and getting spanked by one of them. I got a video.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
I got a video
This
of it.
sounds like The Hangover.
Yeah, I got
but
a lot of pictures and stuff.
Not
so
as
I'll
crazy.
I put them on the YouTube.
All right. And was that the biggest thing that happened, going to Jacques?
Yeah, pretty much. I got violated by a newspaper machine, vending machine.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Did you walk into it? Or
No,
something?
Brad tipped it over, and I was like, "Let me stop that with my foot."
Wow.
That was a bad idea.
Kids,
the
this
next-
is why you don't drink.
The next day,
A
like
bottle
I
of
couldn't
sake.
figure out like why does my foot hurt so much. Then like it took me actually one more day. I'm like, I heard it during drinking.
That's why.
And then like he told me, he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh. And then like the next day we had to get up real early because I had to be in Ashland at 7 o'clock.
For the job
Yeah.
that everyone. So everyone that morning after your
Brad
work was
fucking
just
made
a
it,
mess.
dude. He stopped drinking way earlier than us,
Yeah.
though. He stopped.
Well, he probably didn't want to get dragged to a
He's-
strip club or something.
Yeah.
He stopped drinking at 9, and then he had 2 more drinks at Jacques, but I was fucking gone. And so I didn't make it. I made it to work at 11.
Did someone like put a wig on your head while you were there? or
No, I
something?
got asked the whole time because there was 6 of us in there, and like 2 guys came up to me. He's like, "Are all you guys straight?" I was like, "Except for Brad." I said he goes both ways.
But he's getting married.
Right. So it was fun though. It was okay. It wasn't great. Probably. I hope.
Did you get hit on?
I did not. No.
Oh.
No.
That's good. That's not something you should be depressed
No.
about.
I'd be proud. I feel
I think
good.
I
Like,
usually-
hey,
I usually-
awesome.
I usually get hit. Like if they're gay guys, I usually do good. But these were just
You're like a bear.
yeah.
Right.
These are
that's
just
the
guys
gay
that
term.
dress like women. So
Not as good.
right.
They're even more confused. Than,
Right. Because like there was a whole table of girls in there. So there wasn't a whole lot because it was a Wednesday. Typically, you don't do things like this on a Wednesday for reasons of why Thursday, because you need the time to recover.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was so against it. I was like, I'm not gonna drink. Then Rick's like, I'll take care of you. I'm like, all right. And then that's when shit hit the fan. After that point, the guy I met at the bar made him miss drinks. So I had a Grey Goose and grape juice. No, grape juice? Not grape juice. Fuck, I can't think of it.
Well,
Cranberry juice.
No, some type of
Orange
melon.
It's
juice.
understandable,
Oh,
I guess.
Yeah,
that
there's
you
a
don't
lot of
remember.
fucking alcohol in that thing, though. Oh,
Wow.
it was free, though, so I didn't care. So, all right, that was my adventure for this week.
Well, that
Oh,
puts
and then
my,
actually,
that puts my Smallville to shame.
yeah, then I played miniature golf yesterday. So we played in the Cape, right? I went to that machine.
You went all the way down there?
Yeah. Not only that, we were at the South Shore. We drove from South Shore all the way to the Cape.
Oh my god.
You're
yeah.
insane.
Oh, I didn't drive, so. But I went to that machine shop guy's house.
Oh, the one on YouTube that you've been watching?
Yeah, the
This-
one I'm addicted to.
Wait, how'd you find out where he
Well,
lives?
no, I just Googled his shop, and he has a
Right.
website, and he's like in West Dennis or whatever.
So it's an actual business, and
Yeah,
then he
yeah.
puts these videos on YouTube?
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, a lot of people are contacting him to make like educational videos and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just from doing these random YouTube videos?
Well,
of
yeah, because he
building
was just
stuff.
doing them originally just so like to show his customers like what stuff he could
Oh,
do.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so he's got like 222. He just put one up yesterday.
That's awesome.
And so I went to like, I knew he was like, we're in the Cape. I'm like, well, let me just see how much further this guy's is. And he was only 4 miles. So I was
So,
like,
yeah,
yeah, might as well go.
Yeah.
Because it's an hour and a half from here.
Yeah.
And so,
Because for those who have not been listening to past episodes, Kimball's been
Yeah.
spending his
I'm
2 hours a day just
as
watching
much
these
as
videos.
as much as Danny's watching Smallville, I'm watching this guy whittle away at metal. It's like it's pretty bad. And so like the guy was cool. Keith, he's chill. Walked up there. It was 7 o'clock, so I was like a little because it was dark out at that
Yeah.
point. So I was like, I don't know. He had all the lights on, so I got out of the car and he was like walking from his house to the shop because he lives right next to it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, hey. I said, I found you on YouTube, big fan. And then he showed me the whole shop. It was sweet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I spent like a half hour there. He's like, I got to get the grilling though. I'm
Did he ask like if you were a customer or why are you
no,
watching
I
these
said,
videos?
I said, I just subscribed. I said, I'm Attic Podcast. Because he wrote me an email back or a comment right back saying, thank you for commenting.
Oh, really?
This
Wow.
guy is like ridiculous because he doesn't have a whole bunch. He has like 3,000 subscribers, which is a lot for us.
Yeah.
But in YouTube aspect, it's not a lot.
Right, yeah.
And he reads every comment and he answers every comment. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty cool guy.
Yeah. So he's
Some
cool.
comic book writers are on Twitter too, and they've got like that many followers, and like they've answered some of my questions before, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's
Pretty-
crazy. It was fucking.
I want to do that. People email us so I can answer your questions.
But it was weird. Actually, we got a comment this week. They want to know about our equipment that we use because they think we sound fantastic, which is
Yeah.
pretty neat.
Wow,
well,
that's
if you
pretty
look,
cool.
if I listen to tons of podcasts, and most of them sound like crap because most of them are through Skype, so you can't really blame them. But there's some that are just awful sounding
Yeah.
that you can't even listen to. Like some of what things they're talking about are okay, but I've got headphones on, so
I don't
the
know why.
sound's just
Like, why do
awful.
they use Skype? Like, I think even just making a phone call sounds better than Skype sometimes.
Yeah, it depends.
Because you like all the time, you don't need visuals. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's easier, but like a lot of times you don't.
I don't know. Skype podcasts aren't that good though.
But What was I gonna say though?
I don't know.
I don't
but
know.
Do you want to get into the topics though?
Yeah,
No?
yeah. That was enough about my
Alright.
week.
All right. So we're gonna be talking.
Oh
about,
no, I remember now what I was gonna say.
okay.
And I don't. But so I'm so enthralled by this guy's video. So it's like it was so weird walking through his shop because I've seen so much of it on the videos
Yeah.
and stuff. And it's like I don't know. It was like weird walking through there because I'm like,
It's like when we went to PAX and like Anthony Gallegos.
Yes, it
from
was
Rebel FM
exactly
there.
like
That's
that.
weird.
But it was. You imagine seeing him in a place that you know so well.
Yeah,
So like,
but
man,
you've only seen him.
right.
Yeah.
It's like going on a movie set, but it's not quite as like because like I think that you would get taken out of it by saying like, oh, this is only actually 2 walls of a room instead of being a whole actual room. But it was just weird.
Yeah, that is
Alright.
pretty weird.
I don't know.
But all right, yeah, all right. So tonight we're gonna be talking about The Master, which went wide release that all of us saw, and Dredd 3D, which all of us saw too. We're gonna
Mhm.
talk about those 2 movies and maybe a little bit of Boardwalk Empire.
If we have time.
Yeah, if we have
Yes.
time. And so Phil's gonna tell us about how bad the box office was this weekend for these.
There's a
these
couple of
movies
there's
we
a couple
saw.
of the movies that also came out too, right?
Yeah,
there's
there's
like 4 movies or something.
four wide release, and they all did horrendous.
Even Trouble with the Curve. The
Trouble
Clint
with the
Eastwood?
Curve came in
Oh, I went to
third with $12 million.
Wow. All right. So start at the top 5. What are,
All right, so 1 and 2 is a tie right now. We need to wait until the actual numbers come up tomorrow because right
Yeah.
now the estimates are a tie with End of Watch and House at the End of the Street at 13
Really?
million.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How much was it?
that's really
13?
bad.
13 million.
Oh my God.
Do
Yeah.
you guys want to see End of Watch?
I do.
I've
wanna see
heard
End of
good things
Watch.
about
I
it.
want to see
yeah.
that too.
Yeah, we should make a trip to see
I've
that.
heard the filming style though is a lot of like
No,
almost
no.
like they almost wanted to do a found footage, but they pulled back a little bit and didn't end up doing it.
Uh,
Yeah.
Like the way it's described in a lot of their reviews is it's kind of like Cops, but as like
Yeah.
a movie.
Oh yeah.
Like they made a movie out of Cops.
I
pretty
heard
much.
Jake Gyllenhaal filmed a lot of it himself.
Really?
They put
Yeah.
a camera on his uniform.
Oh, like a
Yeah.
GoPro or something?
Yeah, and
Wow.
like they use a lot of footage from that
Yeah.
in it. So
I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I see so many movies that I'm interested in a little bit,
Mm.
yeah,
but only 13 million. That is really
13
bad.
million for the number 1 movie.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Yeah,
What about House at the End of the Street?
House at the End of the
Street.
13 million, same thing.
Yeah. No, but did
No.
anyone want to see that?
No, I don't want
No.
to say that.
No, I think that looked bad.
I'll
too.
probably end up seeing only because Kristen likes scary movies.
Yeah. And everybody loves Jennifer Lawrence.
Everyone does love Jennifer
Mm.
Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Mm-hmm. Winner's bone. All right. How Dredd and the Master do though?
The Master did well considering it made $5 million
Yeah,
in 700 theaters for an average of $6,000 a screen.
that's pretty good.
It
Yeah.
destroyed everyone with the per theater average.
Yeah.
Like killed everyone. No one else topped 3,000,
Yeah.
and that was Finding Nemo in 3D.
Wow.
Which is
And then
ridiculous.
Dredd's even worse.
And Dredd made a whopping $6 million.
Wow.
And that was like 3,700 screens, wasn't it?
Over 3,000 screens.
Oh
Correct.
my God, that's so bad.
Yeah, per
How come
theater
there's-
average of barely 2,000.
How come there's such a limited release on the Master?
Well, you saw it. I mean,
Yeah.
you want to get into it? Are you surprised it's that limited?
Yeah, I don't know because from the previews it looks so much better than what it actually is.
All right. So do you want to get into the Master?
I guess we
Yeah.
can.
All right, let's do the
All
Master.
right. So should we recap it a little bit? I don't know.
Yeah.
How would you recap it?
I was about to say you can't recap this
No.
movie. You need to see this movie.
It's the-
No, you don't.
Just say it.
No.
All right. Basically, it's a guy from the war comes back, kind of has like mental problems from it, and
It
he
was
gets.
it was PTSD, but they didn't know about that.
Yeah,
thing, right?
they just called it a disorder or something.
Yeah.
And so he ends up getting in with this guy who's the master of this cause, which is this like religious group.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like, yeah, basically a
it's
cult.
basically yeah.
Basically a cult, and it's pretty much about him being in this cult, pretty much. So what do you guys think of the movie?
It was awful.
Let Kimball take it first.
What'd you hate about it, Kimball?
How long it was, how slow it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Were you bored a lot during it?
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, why am I just staring at this camera, looking at this guy, not saying anything anymore? Oh, look, we're going on 30 seconds of nothing going on. Great.
It did.
I was so shocked because I did not know how long it was because like Kristen told me like the movie time and like when
Yeah.
we're going and whatever. So like
how long is it?
it's 2 hours and 41 minutes.
For my,
I swear to God, if you say it did not feel long to you,
No.
I will come across this table so
It
fast.
didn't feel like 2:41
Because like I hit the 2. I actually hit it on the dot, 2 hour mark, right? I'm
Yeah.
like, Kristen, what time is it? And she's like, 2 hours. I'm like, you gotta be fucking. I'm like, how much is left? She's like, another 41 minutes. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Did you left?
No,
really?
we stayed.
Oh.
But it was fucking
Wow.
awful. House. Oh my God. My mom was gonna see it this weekend, and
Yeah,
like
you
she would have left.
Oh, really?
Guaranteed, she would have left. So, because she does not do well with long movies, even if they're good movies.
Yeah.
And then she does not do good with long, slow ass movies.
Like,
I mean, did you think it was slow?
No, I didn't. Actually.
How do you not think it's slow? It's just like constant scenes of the camera really close to like Joaquin Phoenix's face.
No, but like when the movie starts off slow and it's him like kind of just like on the beach there. Like I'm into that. The only part I thought was a really
See, I did not think the beach scene was slow at all.
yeah. All right, yeah, because you're the movie's just starting, right?
Yeah.
But the only part I thought was slow is they're going into like how someone joins the organization and really like testing him mentally in the organization. I thought that was a little long because I got the point of what they were doing throughout that. So that's like almost 20 minutes of this happening, like sort of montage.
Like, what scene is that?
Like when he's they're asking, he's going back and forth between
wall?
a window and a wall, and he's just like touching it, and they're like, all right, what do you feel now? What do you feel now? And then they're asking him like questions over and over again. Like, I thought that was just too repetitive because I got what they were going for. And
What were they going for?
That they were like mentally trying to
Break
make him
him?
better. Not break him, but almost like just mess with his mind almost. Because he had an anger problem. So there's the scenes where
Yeah, but like
he's
I feel like
sitting next to the guy and the guy's yelling at him and they're trying to get him not to react.
Yeah.
Like they're testing him there, and like I get that part, but the part where he's just like supposed to imagine different things as he touches these walls, like I got that after the first time. I thought they did
I
that
think it
too
needed
much.
to be that long.
Really?
Yeah.
Just to show how long he was subjected to this type
show
of.
how long was and to show that he still wouldn't break, because every time he was just, this is a fucking wall. Like
Yeah.
he never gave in to it, and like
Oh,
it was just a
Well, he gave
long,
in to the
drawn-out
glass,
wall.
but not the wall.
Right. And he's just the wall. Like
Yeah.
it's a fucking wall, and he just like kept saying it over and over again.
So he's kind of rebelling against like the pseudoscience, right?
Yeah.
That's what you call it. That they're kind of going for is that like the Scientology type thing. Like this is just a vessel of the body, and there are past lives and whatever, and reality is just determined by this vessel interacting with it, and we're not really here, kind of type babble.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
But one scene I really liked is the first scene where he's introduced to Philip Seymour Hoffman, and then he's just asking him questions about like his life and stuff.
What,
like,
on the boat?
yeah, on the
Yeah.
boat. Like
That was okay.
Like in that, I was like on the. I went up on the edge of my seat and I was like,
He did.
"Wow, this is awesome!" I was just because it was so edited so perfectly. And Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, even if you didn't like the movie though, Kimball, you got to admit
Oh,
the acting.
I do admit. I said this, you know, when we walked out of theater, I said to Chris, I said I did not like the movie, but it was probably the best acting ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there-
especially if you see like other Joaquin Phoenix movies, like Walk the Line.
Yeah,
and,
I did see that.
Yeah, what's-
Gladiator.
Gladiator, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Gladiator, he's a nuts in that movie too, though.
He's more of a controlled nuts though.
Yeah.
Whereas
But
this, he's
we
just-
own the Night. He's more controlled too, which is an okay movie. I don't know if people should see that, but
people probably shouldn't see We Own the Night.
I don't know. I think this movie is just people who like film will really like it, and then like average.
I disagree
moviegoer-
because like I think I like film, and I thought
No, but when I say
Yeah, but-
film, I mean film from like a high. You know, there's a difference between movies and film, and like film is like highbrow, like what's that movie that
Tree of
that's
Life?
really, Tree of Life type thing, like highbrow, like oh we're just gonna film things and talk about the world, and we're so artsy and fartsy.
Yeah, but like your dad's side, is he like a film buff?
No.
Not at
No,
all.
He
he
sees
likes
everything.
Like, he likes like lowbrow action movies. Like he's the kind of guy like he'll watch any movie, but like when he's alone or like when he's flipping through the channels, he will stop on like the Jean-Claude Van Damme, like Steven Seagal.
yeah,
Like that
yeah.
is his thing. That's
Yeah,
what he likes.
alright,
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah.
Like, did you see There Will Be Blood, Kimball?
No.
Oh, that was his previous movie. Sandy didn't like that one, I don't think. Like Sandy liked the
No.
beginning of it.
Yeah, and then
I
he
think
didn't like
said.
it.
But I like The Master was a bit of disappointment for me because I was kind of expecting so much because There Will Be Blood is, I think, one of the like top 50 greatest movies of all time, like definitely. And so this one, I think I was expecting too much from it, but there's a lot of really interesting stuff in it about like there's a part at the end where Joaquin Phoenix is talking to Philip Seymour Hoffman, and Philip Seymour Hoffman's like trying to recruit him back into the organization after he leaves. And he's like, well, you can walk around by yourself and like answer to no one. And if you can live that way, tell me about it, because you'll be the first man who's ever lived without a master or whatever.
Yes.
So I like that part, talking about just how everyone's like tries to go at their own, but they really are looking for some sort of guiding force throughout it. Like even Philip Seymour Hoffman has a few scenes where he like breaks and like yells at people in like anger and stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's one scene when some guy challenges him and he just starts yelling at him, and then he calls him a pig F. I don't know what that is.
Pig fuck?
Yeah, what's that about? Like, what does that even mean?
I think it's just to illustrate that, like, you know, he comes off suave, he comes off controlled, but he's not. He's just a nut. Like, because like he like had him pretty dead to rights in that argument too.
Yeah.
And then he just like adds pig fuck.
Yeah.
Like just because out of aggression, out of hate. Like there's no reason for that.
Yeah, but is there like, does like, you know, Philip, what's his name?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah. Does he like have some like, you know, a small like part of like the disorder too, or?
No, I think he just, you know, is very calculating and cold and like.
No, but the part where he breaks is showing that everyone sort of has this insecurity within them. So like the difference between like the Joaquin Phoenix character and then Lancaster Dodd, Philip Seymour Hoffman, is just that one's able to hide it but better.
Right.
And also like there's a beginning scene where Joaquin Phoenix character makes like moonshine, but he puts like paint thinner and stuff in it and like all these different drugs. So he's definitely like, his mind is just so far gone. But like he was broken from the war, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah, I would say, But I would say the other thing with that scene is too, it just illustrates though that he can't be questioned by anyone. Because like at first you look at that and you're like, you know, this guy is just saying he's a quack. That's why he hates this guy. But then later on in the movie, Laura Dern questions him about his new book, and he flips on her the same way.
Yeah.
So he just can't deal with being challenged on anything,
right,
whether it's by a follower or by from someone from the outside.
Well, there is the one scene where he's at the dinner table with his wife, Amy Adams, and then like his daughter and her husband, and they're talking about getting rid of him.
Yes.
And he kind of like, I understand. Thank you for bringing this up to me. And then he kind of just like pushes them off. Because he's like, ooh, food for thought. And then just kind of leaves it at that.
Yeah, thank you, everyone, for bringing this to my attention.
Yeah.
And there's, all right, screw you guys.
Yeah. One weird part in this movie, though, is there's the scene where, like, Philip Seymour Hoffman everyone's standing around singing and whatever, and everyone's in their clothes. And then, like, we cut over to Joaquin Phoenix, and he looks over, and all the women are naked walking around. Like, in that scene, are the women actually naked, or is Joaquin Phoenix just hallucinating in that?
I took it as he was hallucinating, especially because, like I said, it cuts to him and then kind of goes from like his viewpoint, and they were all naked. But I was reading online, and a lot of people think that they're actually naked.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I do too, because there's a scene after that where Amy Adams is talking about like
you can do whatever you want to him.
Yeah, as long as I don't hear about it, or other people don't find out about it. So it's kind of taking it as that they're trying this experiment with people just to act. Like,
see, I just think the fact that it's like that confusing also makes it a bad movie in my book. It's not a bad.
I feel that's the point.
I just think it's not for a lot.
It's
of
not.
people.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. Definitely.
Yeah, it's not for mass consumption, and I'd even argue that it's really not even supposed to be enjoyed. Like I don't really think you're supposed to have a good time watching that movie.
No,
I think.
Did you have a good time?
No, I did. I think I love the movie, but I would not say it was a pleasant viewing experience. Like.
I don't know.
Yeah, like I did not really.
To me, I felt pleasant just in how well it was acted. Like I don't know, I wouldn't say it was like the most enjoyable thing. It's like getting this with Dredd too. Dredd's super violent, but you don't enjoy the violence really. You just enjoy like the rush of it almost. Or no, actually, this is a bad argument. I don't know where I'm going with this.
That was bad, Danny.
I don't know, but
those two
I'm just saying that I enjoyed the movie. While I watched it, I enjoyed it. Like I felt it was a little slow in a few spots, but like I enjoyed just being in like someone else's mind almost.
Did you guys? I'm gonna kind of change it a little bit. Did you guys have a lot of people in your theater?
Yeah, it was packed.
Yeah,
really?
We went. It was 7:00.
7:00 show on a Saturday night, and we were packed.
Because I went at 9:40 on Friday.
Yeah.
It was not packed.
Really?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we sat too close, in my opinion.
Yeah.
She picked where we sat, and I'm like,
Oh.
and because the Randolph screens is so much bigger than
Yeah.
most other
Yeah.
theaters.
Yeah, because we
Yeah,
saw that. Phil saw Indy with me.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, and it's like I was like, wow, this is bad, especially because like the camera's just so zoomed in all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like the close-ups.
Yeah, that
on
must have been
Joaquin
awful,
are
Yeah, it
like-
was.
Actually, that
I
was
think
awful.
that might have contributed to why I didn't like it so much. But like, it was just so long and
Yeah.
slow and confusing. I like because I don't mind confusing movies because like
You don't mind that the plot is confusing.
Yeah,
But this isn't like plot confusing. It's like narrative. Well, plot is narrative.
Yeah.
But it's like it's confusing and what's the point kind of.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because I couldn't even tell you what the point of that film is.
yeah,
Like, I have an idea of what I think it is, but
Yeah.
like I don't know if I'm right. I could be dead wrong.
because like
it meanders a lot.
Yeah.
Like it takes like detours. Like there's the whole scene when they're racing on the salt flats.
yeah,
and it's
like
kinda
I don't understand
It
that.
just shows up out of nowhere. Almost.
Like, what is the
Yeah.
point of that? Like, yeah, you get a thrill for going fast on the motorcycle, but what? How is that supposed to help?
That's when
I
he
like- I-
leaves,
when I-
though,
when
right?
I re-
yeah, that's when he leaves.
That's when he leaves. He just goes.
That
off
which
and
was
drives off,
that's what I
guess.
thought the
That's like
original point of the movie
Yeah.
was that he was gonna like he does the motorcycle, then he gives it to Joaquin to go ahead and do the same thing. Like I didn't think he was gonna turn back around and come back,
Yeah.
but when they went after him to see where he went, and I'm like, well, I don't understand it now because I thought they'd be like, all right, good, he's gone.
right.
Yeah.
That's what I really expected to happen, and the fact that they went after, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, one thing I don't understand is why does Philip Seymour Hoffman keep him around? Like
Well,
I don't
he
really
likes
understand
him.
that.
He likes him.
He just likes his
I
just
think-
like
yeah, because he's.
because he doesn't care type attitude.
Yeah, I think
what
that's
he
all
likes
it is.
about it.
Yeah.
I mean, why do we hang out with Charlie? You know.
Yeah, that's true. Charlie is Joaquin Phoenix in this movie. He's hunched over all the time and just
He's always
walking
imagine
around.
women naked,
Yeah,
whacking it in weird areas.
starts choking people.
I'm pretty sure he's tried paint thinner before.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. I just
All right.
not.
So
like
you
the
ready
movie.
for the Attic Podcast review
Yeah,
score
I'm
out
ready.
of 7? What are you throwing down?
I'm gonna give it a 3.5, only just based upon acting.
Okay.
All right. I'm going with a 5.5 based
Really?
on the whole movie. Yeah. Yeah, because I want to give it more, but it sort of lacks a lot of point to it. It's very meandering, and I didn't think it was that slow, but
It was.
I don't know.
You just said it was very meandering.
Yeah, it
You just-
meanders, but I don't have a problem with a film.
Isn't that the
meandering.
same thing being slow?
No, meandering means it just goes all over the place. It goes from like
Which makes it slow.
action to whatever.
What actions in this movie?
The salt flat
One action
racing
scene.
And then
In
when
2
he,
hours and 41
when he gets
minutes,
arrested.
you get one action.
Dude, he gets
All right,
arrested.
all right,
What about when he
that
gets
I
arrested?
don't understand either. So he gets arrested, right?
Yeah.
Like they don't show they don't he was taking the money from that
Yeah, the people in New York,
whatever.
that he got
and
kicked
then,
out
did
of.
he like steal that boat too?
No, they gave it to him originally to write his book, and then I guess they didn't like what he did, so then they're like, "Well, you got to pay us back."
No,
kind
that
of
wasn't
thing.
it at all.
What was it? I didn't really understand that.
He got a
storyline either.
grant to
Yeah.
open a medical school.
Oh, all
And
right.
this is what he called a medical school. This bullshit that he's doing.
Oh,
So they're
okay.
like, no, this is not a medical school. Like, give us the money
Okay.
back that we
So
gave
that's
you.
why he's going to New York to
Yes.
prove his medicine to him, but
Yes.
it wasn't actual
But
medicine.
Exactly.
So
Everyone's
Oh,
going
who
with
gave him? So the state gave him the grant.
that. Yeah, it was from some foundation that they said the name of. I don't remember the name. of it.
Right, right,
But yeah,
right.
it's from some foundation in New York that like
Okay.
sets up medical schools.
Oh, and that's why they.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's why when they found out what he was doing, they're like, no.
No, you're nuts.
Yeah,
Get out
give
of
us
here.
our money back. Which I don't know why they wouldn't have found that out first before they give someone
Yeah.
like $11,000
Yeah,
back.
but
He,
it
he
was
wrote,
the-
a, he
it was
wrote a
the-
book. I
was
don't
the-
know.
It was the 50s, you know. You gotta
Yeah.
give him a break.
Yeah, there's a bunch of crazy religious people in the 50s.
But like I don't know, like they didn't really show like how he got out of that so
no,
quickly.
yeah, no. They
Which
didn't.
well, he posted bail, but I don't know.
yeah,
how
but
he
where
got
did
out
he
of the
come?
money.
Yeah, but like where does he come up with the money? Because like at that point, like yeah, they
He's
showed
got
like
some followers.
yeah, they showed the followers, but there's really not that many followers, and people
Yeah.
didn't have a whole bunch of money in the 50s, and
Yeah, they did.
14.
It was booming, man. Post 4 years.
$14,000 then was it was a good chunk
all right,
of change.
That is a
Yeah,
lot.
that is a
you know,
lot of
that's a
money,
good
yeah.
chunk of change for then.
Yeah.
And then they never really showed them like how they got out of it. What would you give it, Phil? So I can tell
Oh.
you now.
I give it 6.5 to 7.
Really?
Wow,
Yeah.
7's perfect.
The way
Yeah,
you
I know.
described it didn't seem that
I'd say-
that
I've been thinking
that
about
high
it,
on
and like, there's one thing that it really is getting me with this movie why I think I love it more than ever, and it's looking at Paul Thomas Anderson's body of work from Sydney or Hard 8, bullshit studio name.
Oh,
to
Hard
this
8's the
movie.
studio name?
Yeah.
Oh, I always call
Yeah.
it Hard 8 too.
And, like,
maybe I should change. No, I'm still calling it Hard 8.
He has this progression with his films where, like, started with Sydney, like this guy, he's a loner and he wants to get accepted into a family. And gets taken on the wing of Sydney, helps him, shows him the life, they make kind of a pseudo family. Same thing with Boogie Nights. Same thing with Magnolia. It's more deconstruction of family, but it's in a way where you deconstruct the family, but then you find other people. And then you have Punch Drunk Love, which is this guy who's just alone, but he's like looking for a connection. He just can't do it because of his anger outburst. But even at the end of that movie, he finds love and he finds someone. And then you go to Daniel Plainview, who just doesn't like people, and like he can exist in a society, but he has to fake it. Like even his
because he adopts the son.
the son,
in that
right?
movie,
And like he really doesn't
then
care about the
pushes
kid,
him
it's
away.
just right. And then you go to this guy who just can't fit in society, can't do anything.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's a progression of seeking family, leaving that family, and then just not even being able to exist in society.
So there's
Like-
kind of like a narrative throughout all his
through
work,
all his films,
and this
and,
is like the pinnacle of it.
Right. Like I don't know where
Yeah.
he goes from here. Like
Yeah.
there's nowhere. So like that's why like I kind of like just thinking of it that way. I really like it better than I would just on its own.
And then There Will Be Blood.
Because I never saw the other movies.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So,
So you
this
wouldn't
is
know
like
about it,
on
yeah.
its own.
Yeah.
Yeah. But There Will Be Blood, I also thought was good because it had the whole capitalism versus religion in there, and then it like ends just violently with capitalism overpowering religion almost in the final scene of that.
See, because like
There Will Be Blood.
when I saw the previews for it, because I think there's only 2 trailers or something for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched both those just before actually going to the movies again. And like I just think in my after seeing those, I just think it would be a totally different movie. Like I thought it'd be more in depth about like what the cult is and how that gets formed and stuff like that, and like more.
Yeah, the trailers really focus a lot on Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
And
Right.
he doesn't really actually talk that much in the movie, really.
No.
Well, I think he talks a lot. in the
Yeah, well,
movie.
compared to everyone else, there's a lot of silence in the movie.
Yeah, there is a lot of silence in the movie, but I think I thought it was going to be more about that, and I thought it was going to be more about the war veterans coming back with the PTSD.
Yeah,
But I thought, I knew they were going to
definitely thought
focus on just one of them, but I thought they did show it briefly with the group of them in the room and like doing
like that stuff was really good. I thought that
doing
was,
the
like,
Rorschach
perfect.
test and whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I thought it would be different from the previews. Maybe that's also why I hated it, and it ruined 2 hours and 41 minutes of my life.
You should watch Tree of Life then. That will make you appreciate this movie so much
What,
better.
is it like 6 hours?
Yeah, it's 3.5 or
It's
something.
3.5, and the rumor is the director's cuts upwards of 9 hours, and
Oh.
that will be coming out
Even
at some point.
Well,
even
Daniel
I have
watched
trouble
that.
with it. I have trouble with Tree of Life. I can't make it through it.
I have trouble. I hated Tree of Life. I hated Tree of Life, not like The Master, but I hated Tree of Life. Oh my god.
So,
All right.
on that note.
On to Dredd then,
I
right?
don't know. Any last closing comments?
If you like movies that'll make you think, go see The Master, I guess.
If you're listening to this, you probably shouldn't see The Master.
Yeah,
but
probably not.
I'd say-
That is a good point.
yeah. But like, I would suggest you see it, but like 99% of the people who see this movie are going to despise it. So chances are you're going to be in that 99%.
Mm.
We are the 99%.
All right, on to a good movie.
Yeah. Oh, you're giving too much away, maybe.
Oh, sorry.
Dredd.
Sorry.
All right.
Dredd.
Do you want to start with Dredd then?
Sure.
Since you loved it.
I liked it.
All
Did
right.
you guys see the first Dredd?
Judge Dredd?
Judge
the
Dredd.
Stallone one?
Yes.
Yes, I saw it.
I have seen parts of it. I've never sat through the entire thing.
I've sat through it.
All right.
Many,
and you
many,
sort of
many
like
times.
Judge Dredd, don't you?
I did like Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
But see, like I did not know it was a comic book at the time I saw it.
Yeah.
Or
And you did not know that Judge Dredd never takes off his helmet.
right. I
Yeah.
did not know that because I don't know the comic book
Yeah.
lore behind it.
I don't really know that much either. There's a couple artists I really like used to write for the comic. It's 2000 AD is like this comic publisher over there in England. So it's very English type thing.
I mean, they took some of the between the two because, like, how well do you know Dredd? Like, I haven't seen it for
not
years.
really that well. Actually, no, I saw it 2 weeks or a month ago or something. It was on
You
demand.
should know it pretty well then.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't mind Judge Dredd that much. There's a lot of like cool set design and stuff for it.
Yeah.
But Stallone's kind of annoying in that movie. He's not very good. But the guy they have as one of the head judges in it is he's a really good British actor. I forget who it is, but he's really good throughout the movie. But the thing I hate about the original Judge Dredd is what's his name? The guy who's always in those Adam Sandler movies.
Oh, fuck. What is his name?
He's like Mexican looking.
Luis Guzman?
No.
The
He did like Deuce Bigelow.
Oh, Rob Schneider?
Yeah, Rob Schneider is
Oh
in
my
Judge
God.
Dredd.
Yeah.
I hate him in that movie.
You hate him?
Yeah,
I hate him in
thought-
everything.
I thought he's just awful in that
I think
movie.
I think the robot guy from Judge Dredd, the big robot.
Oh yeah.
He's pretty awesome, and then I was kind of missing that.
You're missing the robot.
Yeah, because
thing.
he was awesome.
No, he wasn't that good.
He wasn't.
That movie. That movie's not really that good.
I think I really enjoyed.
I just
the
enjoy
original
the
Judge
set
Dredd.
design of that.
I think the set design is better in Judge Dredd
Really?
than Dredd. 3D.
There's more of a set design to Judge Dredd.
Yeah,
than
'cause, like,
the
in-
new one.
Dredd just takes place in like a building.
Yeah, which I actually liked.
You did. I mean, it's a
But-
huge building,
Yeah,
but a building.
Yes.
You know?
Mega City 1.
Yes. Well, so is the whole city called Mega City? It's like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
mega-
is it the country?
Yeah, well, there's no countries anymore.
Right.
There's a bunch of like mega cities.
But Mega City is USA, right? Like-
pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So
All
it
right.
goes from Boston to DC.
So, yeah, it's 'cause
it's
he
just
said
this
that, and I
one
was like,
city.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that seems
everything
like
else
that
is
seems
just
like a
random.
lot of people. Does that like seem like a lot of people?
800 million?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, that.
Yeah,
That's
but
wrong.
look,
Yeah, that-
look how they're living though. Like these 200-story buildings.
But there are
and
so many
whatever.
people. Like, how could you keep procreating at that rate? Like, with everyone dying as often as they did and with conditions as bad as they're in. Like,
Don't question it too much, all right?
And the thing that I also wondered, we should probably do the plot overview first.
okay.
All right, so basically what this Judge Dredd, the movie starts off, well, I don't get that into it. All right, so Judge Dredd, he's working with this rookie who they're seeing if she can hack it as a judge patrolling this like
Which is
pretty
like
much
more,
apocalypse area.
which is more or less like the first Judge Dredd.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, go.
That's the thing. And then so they get stuck in this city controlled by this crime lord who's manufacturing this drug slow-mo.
I think you shouldn't say it. They got stuck in this building.
That's
is-
the whole
Yeah, but
basis of it.
but you said
get
got stuck in a
building.
city. It sounds like how do you get stuck in an entire city?
Yeah, all right.
You know?
They're stuck in this building
You
within the city that is
right.
under lockdown, and
Right.
they pretty much are fighting from the first floor all the way up to killing this crime boss, pretty much.
Right.
Yes.
All right, so that's the movie.
All right. Locked it in.
Locked it.
All right. I have to say though, this is probably one of the better 3D movies I've seen. The 3D in it
Without a doubt.
was probably fantastic.
I hated the 3D.
I
in this
disagree. The 3D sucks, but the slow motion 3D in it was awesome.
Sometimes, but there was a couple scenes like when they burst. There's a scene where the person dies and she bursts through glass at the end, and it's like coming down, and the glass it looked just so fake because it wasn't. It was just like
It was
CGI
fake anyway.
blurriness.
It was CGI
Yeah.
to begin with, I
Yeah.
think.
Probably, but I'm just saying like it.
So you're criticizing something.
It's not as clear though when it's like 3D. You can tell that it's an image on top of an image a lot of time. At least I can tell the image thing. My eyes suck too though, so who knows? But
Do
it
you,
just
do you
looks
see the
blurry
image
with
on
it.
top of the image thing?
I did not really notice it.
I didn't
no.
see it either.
It just doesn't look as crisp as
It's not because like I
film.
think on like the the middle of the screen looks a lot better than towards the outside edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets
Yeah, that's definitely true.
I mean, it gets a little bit darker then, but
Yeah.
I think the slow mo effect, like when she first like raised her arm out of the bathtub, I'm like, wow, that's pretty fucking
That
good.
yeah.
That
yeah.
was crazy.
It's just like they use like the fast filming.
Yeah,
like,
slow motion camera.
Yeah, and it does look amazing when
Yeah.
they show those scenes.
Which is interesting because like there's actually a YouTube guy who actually he did filming for I think I mentioned it one time before. He did filming for what's that? Sherlock Holmes,
the Robert Downey Jr. one.
Yes.
Yeah, that
All
has
the-
a lot of slow mo.
all the slow motion
Yeah.
scenes were filmed by this guy, and he actually has a YouTube channel of him just doing stupid shit in slow motion.
It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. But he was like, the camera's like fucking like $60,000 or something ridiculous like
Yeah.
that. And but like the slower the frames you go, actually you lose resolution, and it becomes darker for some reason.
Really?
Yeah. So he cranked the camera up all the way to like I think it was like fucking ridiculous. It was like 50 50,000 frames or something. Like, it was
A
crazy.
second.
I don't know. It was crazy number of frames. But they couldn't even, like, the picture was smaller. They can't even do full screen pictures.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they did to make it look as crisp and stuff as they did.
Yeah, it
'Cause
does look
it
really
looked
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah.
You know, even with the 3D glasses on, like, just
Yeah.
the water droplets. Like, when she first raised her hand out of the water, I'm like, is she even in water?
Yeah.
Because I thought it was like some type of thick
Chemical or something.
thick
Yeah.
liquid, because it
Yeah.
just didn't act like water.
Yeah.
There's a couple of really good slow-mo blood shots of just someone's.
Yeah.
There's one shot
Yeah.
where it goes slow-mo and they're shooting people and it goes like right through his jaw and comes out and you just see it go through and then it takes like a minute literally.
Yeah.
And then
The cheek
a
just starts,
huge
like-
explosion
Yeah.
of just blood.
Yeah.
Like this movie is
It-
hugely bloody.
I liked it, though. I think
Yeah.
all the gore was necessary.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Oh yeah, it's right in line with the comics. The comics is really like hardcore.
So you
violent.
don't read the Dredd comics?
No, I flipped through them at the comic store.
Ooh,
earlier
is
today.
that Marvel, DC?
No, it's 2000 AD is the company.
Oh,
It's a British publisher, so
Oh,
like
really?
you have to import it to get it now. But they just signed a deal with this American publisher IDW to start printing their comics over here, and their comics are actually interesting because it's a bigger page and it's longer. It's like magazine size
yeah.
as opposed to like the skinnier American comics. But
That is interesting.
Their stuff is interesting.
But
But yeah, I've only like flipped through it at the comic store. But
they have it there.
Yeah.
So did they just get Dredd in there just for the movie?
Yeah, there's like they're trying to sell it on the backs of the movie, but there's like a Dredd vs. Alien comic that's actually pretty good. That's him fighting the alien that you can buy. It's
don't
actually
know if that's
it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet.
Is
I'm
it?
just saying.
Is it,
Yeah,
Danny? It's
it
pretty
is.
sweet.
Yeah,
All right,
I want to buy it.
you do.
But I really like this movie though. I just like this like post-apocalypse like really sci-fi
I think
heavy movie.
the world could have been a little bit better done.
like what?
Yeah,
What?
I mean, it just kind of like a slum now. Like,
Yeah, it was a slum now, but then they had these awesome bikes that they
No,
rode around
those
on.
I'm not gonna lie. Those are like the worst looking future motorcycles I've ever seen in my
What?
life.
Oh, they were cool.
I mean, yeah, they sounded cool and everything, but they could have did so much with, because it's like the future.
It's the apocalypse future.
Yeah, but they
though.
could have did whatever they wanted, and all they did was like just make like a sleek.
It's a square type thing.
Yeah, but it was
with,
like that is the ugliest fucking future motorcycle I've ever seen.
No,
Yeah.
it just sounds.
Did you like it, Phil?
I was not a big fan of that motorcycle.
No,
I mean,
dude,
it sounded good. It sounded
dude,
like crazy.
Driving home, I
And-
was
and-
like, I want one of those bikes and drive down the road here.
You can probably pick one up at any motorcycle dealership.
Yeah.
It was more the sound that probably made it really
yeah, I
good,
mean-
because the sound throughout the whole movie is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the score is like
The
pure,
score
like
is pretty good.
almost John Carpenter inspired, like 80s type thing. That's pretty awesome. And then like the bikes, like you said, sound really good.
Yeah. I don't know, and it took me kind of like, because like this is a future world per se, right?
Yeah, well,
And he's chasing like a '90s fucking VW bus.
I did find that a little.
All right,
that
like
was
what
a
the
little
fuck was
off-place.
that?
That
All
everyone
right?
has these like
Yeah.
regular looking cars.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I mean, like some of them, like you saw a couple taxi cabs look actually like just regular taxi cabs.
Yeah.
And stuff. I mean, I'm like,
It reminded me a little bit.
that didn't bother me as much, just because like it just really bothered me that they're chasing this bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I don't know, that bothered
It
me.
reminded me a little bit of District 9, like future type thing.
I never saw
like,
that, because
oh.
like you guys did someone said it sucked.
Who
I-
said it?
yeah, I'd say
sucked?
we
That-
liked it.
That was one of my favorite
Did
movies. of the
Sandy
year.
like it? Maybe Sandy said it
I think
sucks.
Sandy liked it too.
No, I
That was
don't know.
nominated for Best Picture, for crying out
All
loud.
right. Oh, I didn't see
So
it.
was The Blind Side.
Shut up. You're ruining my argument.
That was a great
But
film.
Yeah.
I also thought Carl Urban playing Judge Dredd was pretty awesome in this movie.
He
He
was
was
very
good.
good.
Yeah, I
Ju-
did like
just
him too.
because like he's wearing the mask the entire movie, and all you can see is just his.
I'm not gonna
mouth.
lie. When he has the mask on, he does kind of look like Stallone a little bit.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
You know,
Like,
his jawline is kind of very slimmer.
He did pretty good with the jawline. Just
Yeah.
like, okay, rookie, let's go.
I mean, I don't know. It's just like,
Do you look?
is
Are
his
you ready to go?
Is his voice actually that deep, or is
No,
he actually
no.
speaking deeper?
No, he is speaking deeper because he
That
played
kinda-
Bones in Star Trek.
No.
I don't remember his
You
voice.
don't remember?
Yeah.
In those-
No.
I know him, but I couldn't
How do
tell
you
you
not
his voice.
remember Star Trek in his voice? It's like you get Endorian shingles and start falling out of.
I don't know. It's tough to call back a movie what a particular actor sounds like.
Oh.
But like, I'm like,
I've seen that movie a bunch.
just because of Batman, I'm tired of people speaking with a deeper voice.
Yeah, but he's got to be a tough guy in it.
Why?
You know?
Why can't he?
I
mean, I'm
love the
sure.
voice
I'm
in
sure he
this.
has a pretty deep voice, anyways.
It was
Give him a pack of smokes before he gets
it
on
wasn't
set.
like Christian Bale, like
Terminator Salvation.
Yeah.
I mean,
the only
wasn't-
time I had trouble understanding him was the when he was over the loudspeaker.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
actually hard to
Yeah.
understand
I
him.
really didn't understand.
But I
But I didn't really care that much because it was like, yeah, judgment is death. I'm with it.
I'm with it. It's just like I'm tired of people doing the deep voice when they're not actually having a deep voice. You know,
You can be a tough guy without a
So
deep
they
voice.
should hire like Michael Ironside to do the voice.
yeah. Or what's the big black guy there? Who's got a
He
big,
just died
James Earl
recently.
Jones?
No, Michael
James
Clark
Earl
Duncan
Jones?
is what he's thinking of, right?
who?
Michael Clark Duncan.
No,
He's in Talladega Nights. Big black guy.
not him.
Played the Kingpin in Daredevil. Not him.
No, not him.
James Earl
Ving
Jones. He
Rhames?
played Darth Vader.
Yeah, we can do James Earl Jones. I
Ving
like him.
Rhames, maybe.
Vin Rhames. That's
Ving
who I'm
Rhames.
thinking.
Yeah.
That's who I was thinking of. James Earl Jones. They should have just dubbed it over. I would have been fine with that.
No, I
I
thought
probably would have had a
his voice was
problem with
fine.
that. But I'm just tired of people doing the fucking deep voices when it's not
Alright,
actually their
well,
voice.
this movie didn't make enough money.
Yeah, that's
So
true. That's true.
you won't be seeing a sequel.
This movie's screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel so bad.
How much did it? Does anyone know the production cost for it?
I think it's
50.
60, 50.
Plus
Oh,
advertising and stuff. That's just
advertising.
straight
So
production.
60?
budget. At
I
least,
hope
I'd
word
say
of
probably
mouth is
75,
good though.
80.
Yeah,
I hope
there's
word
no
of
way-
mouth
there's
is
no
pretty
way
good.
they're gonna make
I think
it.
the 3D really killed them.
I think
if they
so,
just
too.
said Dredd
Yeah.
without the 3D,
Well, because even I like when we went to Patriot Place for the Master on Saturday
Yeah.
night, like it was like $16.75 for a 3D
Yeah.
ticket. Like if you're not
outrageous.
sold on a movie, you're not going to pay $17 to go see it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's like I was saying to Kristen. Like both of us played golf cheaper than it was to go to movies.
yeah, that's
wow,
ridiculous.
that's insane.
Yeah, it was
Like-
$18 for the two of us to play, and I'm like, we couldn't even go to the movies for that.
Right.
Unless
Wow.
we catch a matinee, non 3D.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like I don't know. When we got it didn't take 2 hours and 41 minutes, but
Yeah.
It
Do
was-
you think that's why Hollywood's doing so bad at the box office this month?
it is expensive. I mean,
it's just like no one's going to the movies this past month. Besides the Avengers making $1 billion this
Yeah.
year, like nothing's really blown off the box office.
well,
The Dark Knight.
I say even that kind
Dark-
of failed for what it should have made.
Dark
yeah,
Knight
but I think that was mostly the shooting Dark Knight.
Yeah.
didn't
really.
what's that fucking one with Jennifer Lawrence?
Hunger
Oh,
Games.
Hunger
Yeah,
Games.
that
Yeah,
did
that
good
did
too,
really
good
well
too.
too.
I mean, I think
These were all May type things.
I think it
maybe, though.
depends on the title of the movie, but I think if it's like you don't know about the movie, people are like, I'm not gonna spend that kind of money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
the stupid people like us.
Hey,
Sometimes I
Yes.
get it for free though because I get connections.
get connected for free with
I'm not doing
Education
that again, all right?
Connection. All right.
So, but I think I don't know. Overall, I thought it was a pretty decent movie though.
yeah. Phil, you said you had a couple
I got some problems with it.
Yeah.
Oh, here
All
we
right.
go.
Let's
So
hear
we'll
the
start with
problems.
number one, which I said the film cannot control. So it's one of those things where I'll kind of give it a pass, but it still really bothered me. But, and I'm trying not to sound like a troll, this movie was The Raid Redemption.
Oh, dude,
Like-
that's such like a hipster thing.
No,
to say.
no. Watch it. In The Raid Redemption,
I've heard.
a
I've heard
team
it's
of
exactly
police
the same.
officers go into a building, and the building gets locked down, and the main bad guy is on the top floor, and he calls down
Yeah.
for all of the inhabitants to kill them on their way up.
But what's the time difference when these movies were made?
no,
Like,
that's why I'm saying it didn't
yeah.
rip it off. I know.
Yeah.
I think it's one
It's
of
not
those
a rip-off.
cases of
bad
like
timing.
of just bad timing.
But no one saw the raid though.
But
I
I
mean,
did.
I
And-
I didn't see.
but
The
I
Raid.
saw The Raid 2 weeks ago, and then I saw this
Oh,
week.
really?
And it's,
Foreign
yeah,
language.
and that's why it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like
It's foreign language.
yeah.
too,
I'd say,
isn't
and
it?
even my dad, who like
Oh, The
he,
Raid's
like,
foreign language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
He like leaned
It's an
over. and was
American
like,
director,
Phil,
though.
this is The Raid, and I was like, I know, because like we watched together, and he's
Yeah.
like, this is kind of weird, and I was like,
I knew
know.
that. I knew that going in.
Like, yeah, because I
So-
didn't know that. So like when I saw it, I was kind of like, oh. Like, and that's why,
Oh,
like, that's why I say
okay.
it's not a ripoff because, like, there's no way that they would have seen The Raid and then wrote this and filmed it and got it
Yeah.
out. But it still was just weird to see that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But no one saw both those movies. So hey,
yeah. So
the
there you
audience
go.
doesn't care.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe they all did see The Raid. That's why I did so bad.
That could be. I was just
Sure.
like, I already saw this movie on Netflix.
Oh, is that where it was on?
Yeah, I got it from
See,
Netflix.
they got fucked, man. It's all those goddamn people on Netflix out there.
All right. Is that the only really?
That was it. There's one scene I really hated, which I'm not gonna say it ruined the movie for me, but it would just bother me, the stupidity of it. And it's when the female judge is
Yeah.
like, "I'll have the drop on her," And then she goes in front of her and she's like, "Hey, it's
I
me."
know, I know.
I did know.
Yeah.
I was like, it's literally back-to-back scenes. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she said.
Yeah,
you know,
she said she was gonna shoot her.
Yeah,
and
if I
it's
get her
like, hey,
surprised,
me.
it's gonna make her think for a second, like, what is this? And like, she totally had enough time to shoot her.
This thing, it played out just like she said. Because as soon as the girl saw her, she like hesitated. She easily could have shot her in that
Yeah,
minute.
she hesitated, used her psychic powers, found
Right.
out she was bad, and then killed her.
Yeah.
What did you think of that? What about her having the psychic powers?
I liked it.
I was like,
You
yeah,
did.
that was fine with me.
I like crazy sci-fi fantasy type things.
Yeah,
I thought it
she's
was
a
done. I
mutant.
thought it was done pretty well.
yeah, I like
Yeah,
it.
especially the interrogation when she's interrogating.
Yeah,
him
that
in the
was
mines.
cool. That was fucked
That
up.
was really cool.
Yeah.
I really like that.
I think she could have used it a little bit more to predict what was going to happen. Like, is there going to be enemies behind the corner?
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
make more sense because
Yeah.
the only time she used it is
Was
they
it-
went in a room to hide,
which was very good. I thought. I
Yeah.
thought that worked out well. Like, but the thing I don't understand, like she rang the doorbell and the woman's like, "Hello," inside the room, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Just open the door." Like,
Let me
I wouldn't
in.
fucking open the door.
Yeah, like this place is in lockdown.
Yeah,
like, why
She
would you
said
open the
that.
door?
She said her name though. She's like, "Hey, I know your name. Let me in."
Yeah, but like, I mean, at that for like just that split second, I was like, well, did she make her open the door using
Yeah.
like her mind control?
Well, maybe she let her in because she didn't want her to break down the door. Maybe.
But
Seems
maybe,
like
you know,
she
I
just
guess-
wanted them off the floor.
I guess it
so
could have been
no one would
explained
die
too.
there.
She's like, well, maybe I'll let him in, so like my husband out there wouldn't die, even
Right.
though
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
killed
yeah.
him already.
yeah.
Yeah, because they all saw like the 10 guys just get mowed down.
Yeah.
right before. Like,
Would
this
you-
movie is super bloody.
Yeah.
though.
What'd you think of the minigun scene? That was awesome.
Oh, when
Oh,
they're
when
just
they,
shooting across the
yeah,
floor.
that was cool.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
that
It's just
awesome.
tearing. I love at the end where it goes to the floor and you just see how torn apart the entire like
Yeah.
half of the building is. It's just like all rubble and like door frames. You can just see the door frames.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was cool.
But I liked how they threw him off the top floor and like they showed his face all flattened out.
Oh yeah.
I wonder how accurate that is.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
I know
to how
you'd be
to do it.
fucked up.
Yeah.
But like, what did
maybe they did it in like a wind tunnel. Had someone jump off and then like kind of go down. Or,
what?
You know a wind
Like, what are
tunnel when
What are you
someone's
talking? I
want
want to
have
know.
someone jump
If
off.
a
and
guy
then the
jumps
wind-
off a skyscraper building, I want to know, is his face like skin gonna be flattened out?
Yeah, because the wind is pushing it in the wind tunnel where they filmed it. I don't know.
At what point they didn't show him like?
They showed him falling. They filmed it from the bottom of him falling.
Yeah, but that part
So-
they probably just use fucking cables and slowly load him and shit like that.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
But I was saying,
you know,
maybe
big
they're in
big fans underneath. Maybe a
Yeah,
wind
that's
tunnel.
what I'm saying.
I wasn't asking how they filmed it. I want to know what a dead body looks like after it's fell a couple hundred feet into the concrete floor.
That's what it. Oh, like when it.
That's
it-
what I
That's
want to
saying,
know,
like,
not
how
on the
accurate was
descent
it?
down.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you meant like because you
No.
see the skin like
No,
kind of
I'm not
pushed
worried
back
about
is
that.
that's what I thought you were talking about.
No,
Not
no.
that his face is just flat.
What did you think when they first did the raid in the room when that guy was standing next to the door and when he set off the lock and you saw like his skin just kind of, I thought it was gonna really tear open.
Yeah, I did too.
You did?
Yeah, I thought it was like gonna rip open.
Yeah,
his
yeah,
stomach.
yeah. That would have been sweet. They should have did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the thing where they fix the bullet wounds though. They
Yeah,
just
that was
like
pretty cool.
Yeah.
clamp it down
Oh,
and then
yeah,
it
yeah.
clamps it shut.
That was pretty funny.
yeah.
But like, did you not think she got shot in the shoulder?
Which
I-
one?
The female judge.
Oh
at the
yeah,
end.
I did.
I
Yeah.
couldn't tell where she got
I
shot.
thought she got shot in the shoulder.
Because it looked like when she like fell back, it's like she did the shoulder thing first, so
Yeah.
it looked like she got hit in the shoulder.
I feel like this is such a great movie to like set up a sequel, like to do more.
What
in
did you
this
think of the
world.
villain?
I liked her. Yeah, it was good. Just like she's a ex like whore who ends up being a kingpin, and then she's just like so ruthless in the movie.
I think you just like to say kingpin.
Yeah, I don't like the term. I like
Kingpin.
I like the character.
do the song, Danny.
What?
I'm a kingpin.
I don't remember that song.
When you're doing Two Face.
Oh, my Two-Face
Yeah,
song, but
yeah.
with a kingpin. I'm a kingpin. I'm fat and bald. Kingpin.
Why that was bad, Danny.
Yeah,
that was bad.
everything can't be a musical,
All right,
as much as we wish.
but I think it was I forget what I was gonna say now.
The baddie, the woman.
Mama.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get the connection? Like they showed it briefly, the computer genius or whatever.
Yeah.
You know how he had like the computer eyes or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
or not computer. You know, you got. They showed him like she actually ripped him out, but they showed that in the scene before. I didn't get the
Yeah.
connection until the very end when they reshowed
Yeah, I didn't
it.
either.
Oh yeah, I didn't get it until they showed it.
Because
I'd say.
they show him like from the side.
Yeah,
when they flash back to
Yeah.
her like beating him up and cutting him up.
Yeah, and cutting his eyes out.
Yeah.
And then giving him new eyes. What's the
Yeah.
point of gouging someone's eyes out if you're going to give him new eyes?
I don't know. Like
Minority Report.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it's like, I didn't get that,
Maybe
actually.
because he was like a computer genius or whatever. Like, oh, we need this guy to see.
Yeah.
You know, he can't function without his eyes, but we took him out.
Shit.
Let's see what we can do to fix him. What'd you
Yeah.
think of the drug, though? I thought that was a pretty neat idea.
That
for,
seemed like a pretty cool drug.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd ever want to take it, but it seemed
I don't
pretty
know.
cool.
why.
Because it makes it cool looking, you know?
It would. Imagine seeing everything like that.
1/100. I don't know. I think I'd be more freaked out than
That
like,
would be.
To get into a fight with someone, you're both just like,
Could you like Matrix shit then at that point? Like,
Yeah.
oh god.
shoot at me. Oh, it's just it's still gonna hit me, but I'm gonna see it hit me real
Hey,
slow.
like I don't know.
This is gonna still hit me, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna say it real slow.
I can't get out of the way. Look at it come out.
I'm gonna try. Nope, there it is going into me.
I'm moving so slow.
I don't know. This seems like an interesting.
Yeah. It's a cool idea to work slow-mo into the plot that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I wonder
It
if
would
they
fit more in the plot than slow mo like in other movies.
Yeah.
I wonder if they did that so much just because like this would really accent the 3D effect.
I could have.
It might have been. I forget. I read a interview with the writer Alex Garland, and I think he said he wrote it in there to make the slow-mo make sense, a reason to use the slow-mo. Because I think it was they approached him with the movie and asked him if he wanted to write it, and he was a huge Dredd fan, so that's why he wrote it. And he's the screenwriter who wrote 28 Days Later and some other movies that no one remembers, but he wrote 28
What's that?
Days
28?
Later.
I never heard of that.
He also wrote Never Let Me Go.
So yeah, that's the Rage Virus, the Danny Boyle one before he was winning Oscars.
Zombies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he wrote Never Let Me Go, which is an amazing movie that everyone should see. I'm just
Really?
saying. Yeah, you will cry.
Did you just a quick change subject because we mentioned the Matrix thing there, and he's making that new movie with Tom Hanks. Did you see?
Was, the Matrix
Cloud
dudes?
Atlas? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you guys think of that?
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
That
so I don't know.
trailer is.
You didn't see it? I had it for the Master.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I came in late.
Yeah, we didn't have Cloud Atlas.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
The only one I saw was
Life
What did
of
I say?
Pi.
no.
I didn't actually get.
Oh,
Life of
Killing
Pi.
Them Softly was the only one I
Oh
saw.
yeah,
yeah.
I got that too.
Yeah, that movie looks good. Kill Them Softly.
Yeah.
Killing Them Softly.
There was one other one that I wanted to see, but I don't remember what it was. But what do you think of the?
Cloud Atlas.
Yeah.
I really don't know what to think about it. It's so just weird.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's just a weird movie.
Why?
can't
I
really
think
get
it's
my
gonna
head
be.
around
I think
it.
it's gonna like make you think again. Like
It will, and it's like weird sci-fi stuff too.
you don't think it's gonna be good?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I didn't see their last one, Speed Racer, that they did, so I don't really know what to think for Cloud
Speed
Atlas.
Racer.
Really,
I didn't even hear about
Yeah.
that.
it came out a while ago, and it didn't do well at the box office.
It did not
so,
do well at the box office.
So that's probably why you didn't
It
hear
seems
about
like
it.
nothing does well at the box office.
Yeah,
That's
nowadays
true.
everything's awful.
Except for the Avengers and Titanic, nothing does well.
Yeah, the sequel will take. Well, I mean, not the redo, the 3D.
Yeah,
do.
the 3D
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
That did good too, didn't it?
Yeah. Yep, and they released it in China again too, so big money there.
Yeah.
Why Titanic does well in China?
Well, it did because before when it came out, it wasn't released in China.
Oh,
last
really?
time. Yeah, so
I wonder how cheap it is to go to movies in China. I bet you it's cheap.
I bet it's cheap too, actually.
probably, but there's only a certain amount of like Hollywood movies that get shown in China. Like there's a limit because they want the state-run movies to do better. So there's a limit to the amount of foreign films that
So
can be
what
shown
they
in China.
limit how much they can show.
Yeah. So like they'll get like 4 Hollywood movies. So
I
they
bet
get
you
like
the-
the Avengers, and they'll get like Iron Man 3 because China's actually co-producing Iron Man 3.
Really?
Yeah, because a lot of it is being shot in China.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's
And the
interesting.
bad guy is the Mandarin, who's supposed to be an Asian guy, but he's played by Ben Kingsley, who no one knows what race he is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But it's I bet you the theaters are huge over there. Like the screen's
Maybe,
probably
yeah.
not that big, but I bet you they hold like 2 to 3 times the amount
Yeah,
of
just
people.
300 people
Yeah.
for like a TV.
Yeah. Here you go. That's
Yeah.
what is their currency over there?
Yen?
Yen,
No,
yeah.
yeah, yen.
I think
Is
it's
it yen?
No, yen's,
No, yen's
Japanese.
Japanese, yeah.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
All right.
All right,
sucks
so you
when
want
that happens.
the ratings for Dredd?
Oh
We
yeah,
got-
yeah. Ratings for
Can I bring up one more thing before we do ratings?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Something else bothered me about her psychic abilities.
What
Yeah.
did?
Okay, she said she couldn't wear a helmet because it would interfere.
Yeah, but
So
she
then how
could-
could she read it?
That's what I thought. I thought
judges'
about that a
helmets.
couple
It didn't
times.
make any
No,
sense.
it didn't make sense.
Oh, yeah, maybe, doubling up the psychic abilities,
Yeah. I thought it was
It's
just
a double dampener
Well, I thought it was
for
an excuse
psychic.
because they're like, hey, we got this cute girl playing a judge. We better not cover her
Is that
face
is
the
that
entire
why she
movie.
like? I think she should have wore a helmet.
Do you remember
Yeah.
the Judge Dredd movie? Doesn't Diane Lane not wear the helmet at
Oh,
all
I don't
either?
know.
She does wear it, but she like
She
in
takes
that
it off
first
a lot.
off in that movie like Stallone doesn't even wear it for half
Yeah.
the movie. So that makes sense for
Yeah.
her not to have it. This one,
She's the only judge without
Yeah,
a
without
helmet.
a helmet.
I
Yeah.
think in between like scenes, the battle scenes or whatever, she should just like, I'm gonna take this off for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Let me take this off. Read your mind. Do the Professor X.
Yeah. I think that's
Yeah.
how it should have been done.
Yeah, when she was reading people's minds, she should have done the Professor X moving her hand up around her temple. or
Really?
whatever. No, not really.
Oh.
But- all right. So
right,
ratings.
ratings.
then.
Ratings. Go ahead, Danny.
All right, I'm 6.
6.
Yeah.
I'll give it 5.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 6 too.
Yeah. I really liked it.
I
and
really
wish
liked it,
people
too.
would
I'd say
see it.
mine would probably be higher, like I said, if I didn't see the raid 2 weeks ago. But
All right.
Yeah, that's right.
I'd say, but yeah,
So you give it a 5?
give it a 5.
Solid.
And then solid movie, people. Go see it.
Check it out.
If you like violent, bloody action movies,
Give
go see
them
it.
some money.
Yes, please. I need
So.
a sequel.
You do. You really want a sequel that bad?
Yes.
Maybe it'll do well
Oh.
overseas.
Probably not.
I'll say I doubt it, but maybe you can hold out hope.
Yeah.
You always got to be iffy doing a comic book movie with a hard R, just because like you
Yeah.
wipe out so much of the fan
Oh,
base
like
who
because
can't get in.
Watchmen didn't do well at all
No.
either. But I really liked Watchmen too.
I did too.
But-
I never saw it.
Oh, dude, you gotta
It's
watch
like
that.
3 hours though.
I've seen
Like,
parts of it.
warning.
Yeah, but it's
I
awesome.
saw
though.
parts
it's
of it
3 hours
online.
of awesomeness.
Yeah, but he say he doesn't like long movies.
especially the Doctor.
I don't mind. I don't mind long movies as long as I'm into it. Cause like
Yeah, he was saying his mother doesn't like not
no,
long movies.
there was
at
another
all.
long movie that came out and like you thought it was long and I thought it was fine. I don't
Oh,
remember.
yeah, I forget what that was.
I don't remember what it was, but because he thought it was long. I'm like, really? I was like, Jesus, I thought that was.
Maybe it was Lawless. Was it
Yes,
Lawless?
I think it was Lawless.
Yeah.
You thought Lawless? Did you see it?
Yes, I did see Wallace.
What did you think?
I loved Wallace. I thought it was very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I've actually.
Did we give it- I
I
didn't
think
think we-
about Lawless more and more, and I really love that movie actually now. Like it's grown on me a lot.
Yeah, it was really good.
You
Yeah.
want to give it a score?
I already
Bill?
gave it a score.
Oh, I'll give
Phil?
Wallace a 6.
You will.
Yes.
I'm
Six?
a
Alright.
fan of Wallace.
All right, it's good to hear.
Good to hear. So I don't think we're gonna have time for Boardwalk.
Yeah,
Phil didn't see it.
yeah.
I
We'll just
fell
say.
asleep during
Let's
it.
just say you liked it though.
I did like it.
Did you watch it again after you fell
I
asleep?
want to watch it again. That's why I kind of was happy we didn't get to it.
Oh, I didn't know you fell asleep.
I mean I had to break it up because like
Oh.
I ended up catching it like really late, like 11 o'clock. I ended up
Yeah.
watching it and I was like had to stop, make a phone call to someone.
Well, I just want to say it was the best first episode of the season they've had because the past 2 openings to their seasons have been really slow and boring, but this one was actually really good.
Yeah.
Especially some characters died. There's some good action.
Yeah. I mean, from what I saw, I really did enjoy it, and it did seem like a good,
Yeah.
because some of their episodes does kind of drag out.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I agree. There's been episodes with that I've been like,
Yeah, but like this one seemed.
But
very
usually
good.
the last 4 of every season, I'm just like, God, this is amazing.
Yeah, that's
why
good.
was I bored?
It's because they're just setting up for the end.
Yeah.
This to get you for the next season.
Yeah.
So, all right. On that note, you can check us out on youtube.com/addictpodcast.
You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/addictpodcast.
You can rate us on iTunes.
ooh.
Yeah, do that if you have an iTunes. Push us up in the rankings. We have 6 ratings.
We do.
So yeah, we actually
Do you
show
check
up with
that? 'Cause,
stars.
like, yeah. I saw that.
Yeah.
Actually.
And the 3 reviews. So write a review too if you
Yeah.
want.
You can
Is that everything?
tweet us.
Oh yeah, add a podcast. No one uses that. though.
No one uses that. So.
And we'll be in New York Comic Con October.
Yeah, we're discussing whether or not we're going to do another car ride home podcast.
Yeah, but
I don't
we'll
know.
be there a while.
Yeah, because we got out early last time, so.
All
I
right.
don't know. All right.
Bye everyone.
Bye,
night.
everybody.